The celebration is real, but so is the urgency. Senior night here at the Isoplex for the CSUN Matadors. USC standing across the ice from them, and both squads chasing playoff position. 3 points here could swing the entire race. Welcome back to the Isoplex, everyone, and for the final time this season, alongside And welcome back to the broadcast booth, everyone, for the final time this season alongside our entire MSN crew. Jonas Tani alongside of you in the broadcast booth. It's senior night here at the Simi Valley Isoplex, 3 points up for grabs. So, a little bit of controversy in the standings. Last night, CSUN took on the UCLA Bruins. That game was suspended due to a rink failure. Stanchion fell, board broke. They were not able to fix it, so that game has been suspended. GM Sean Kushner and the UCLA Bruins are in talks right now to try and continue the game. But per ACHA rules, it should be a forfeit loss for the Bruins. But we have this game going on right now. It's the CSUN Matadors and the USC Trojans here. The Trojans are also battling it out for points tonight to try and hop up into the standings. They beat UCSD, so they are up in 6th place now. As opposed to being in 7th, they hopped the San Jose State Spartans, and they are now up ahead and looking to make a statement in the Pac-8 conference. For CSUN, if they do win the game against UCLA, they will face NAU in the first round of the playoffs. If not, they will face LMU. The 7th seed will face the 2 seed, and as of right now, the 2 seed is looking to be the LMU Lions, as they have been an unstoppable force in this conference. Right now, though, actually, before we talk about this game right now, the Bruins and the Lions are facing off tonight. So hopefully, if you are a CSUN fan, you will be scoreboard watching that game. That game will be on at 5 p.m., and we will try and get updates for you here. It's senior night here at the Isoplex, where the Matadors and the Trojans look to battle it out here. Last time these two teams met was last year in October. The Matadors are hoping to continue their winning ways after beating them 5-3 last time. They look to continue that win streak against the Trojans. Don't go anywhere. We'll have keys to the games, lineups, and puck drop here next on the Matador Sports Network YouTube channel. Back here at the Simi Valley Isoplex here, and we'll take a look at tonight's keys to the game, brought to you by the Associated Students. So, for the Matadors, it's been a very, very tough season for them, and especially one with a couple of injuries. So 3 keys for them. For the seniors, it is senior night here at the Isoplex. Luke Gontus, one of the alternate captains, the captain Hayden Day, and Kevin Volkov, the 3 seniors on this Matador squad. You got to do it for them and try to get as deep of a run and get the momentum going for the playoffs. And it starts right now. So staying neutral in the neutral zone. You don't want to give up too many loose puck battles. You want to make sure you keep your possessions clean in the neutral zone, and you want to keep it kind of not too dicey in the neutral zone. You want to make sure you play clean throughout the neutral zone as well. No bad turnovers. And bring it on. We saw this game last time, got super, super physical. And due to the nature of it being physical and both these teams being crosstown rivals, should be a very, very physical match. For the Trojans, extra man play. The Trojans scored a goal last time they played as a shorthanded. That was actually Zachary Quezada who ended up potting the shorthanded goal for the Trojans. I also want to make sure gas control as well is another key to this game for the Trojans. I want to make sure you play solid. You don't want to overextend yourself and let the gas run out of the tank. You have 3 games in the span of 3 days. You don't want to get too physical. You don't want to be super worn out. So that way when you play Fullerton tomorrow in D3 for your senior nights, you don't want to be super worn out so you can't put on a show. As well as damage control. So for the Trojans, damage control was their last key to the game. And you just want to make sure you can kind of stop the bleeding if it gets too bad. You don't want to make sure it gets physical, but you don't want to have anything bad happen. All right, we're going to step aside here for the national anthem. When we come back, puck drop here at Simi Valley Isoplex. back here at the Simi Valley Isoplex. The starting lineups for the CSUN Matadors. Starting in net is Seth Mishkevich. Joey Atancio and Roham Tarani are holding the blue line, and in the face-off, the wingers are Hayden Day and Luke Gontus, the two seniors that get the starting nod, and centering them at the face-off dot will be Cole Commissar. He had the game-winning goal last game when the Trojans played the Matadors. Scored the fourth one. So they'll kind of just chip it up past the goalie. And got a quick tally out of it. The officials look set to go. I think we are set to go here. Both goalies are ready. And puck drop is down. One last ride for the seniors. As Luke Gontus is going to pick off that pass in the neutral zone. Shot fired away. Going to hit off the glove of the netminder for the Trojans, but they're going to be able to recover it in their defensive zone. Still down in the corner. Going to go back around the net. Where Kacharek will get this one up. Tries to get it chipped up for the Trojans. Back down to the corner. Partial breakaway. Mishkevich there. Stones him with the glove. Chips that one out. Day not able to get this one. Still chipped back in the offensive zone for the Trojans. Hayden Day trying to play defense, not able to go. That one finds and hits a body, but goes to the corner. Atancio gives chase, but the Trojans cut him off as they're still playing in the blue defensive zone. But it's off to the races. Hayden Day going to try and get there, but a Trojan defenseman being able to use the body and keep Hayden Day. And an open ice hit there. No interference as someone ran into a Trojan in the middle of the ice. Trojans still have this in the offensive zone. Atancio and Warwick chasing behind the net. Warwick coming away with this one. Yusufpour, Warwick, and Larson. The opening line, their first line, that has produced so much offense. Shot and missed. As that one just goes wide, and you see that one there. Warwick being able to make a play and make a lot of offense happen as the Trojans are going to try and cut through, but are not able to go as Mishkevich is going to freeze it. He gets it right under his pad. So Russell Tarrant had the partial breakaway there. But not able for anything. Ryan Doan going to chip this one up, but it's going to hit off the glass out of play, and we will have another stoppage of play here. Draw one, Doan recovers this one. Going to try and chip it all the way up. Yusufpour recovers this one on the breakaway. Moved. Set goal. How about that one for the seniors of Kevin Yusufpour? Right between the wickets starts the scoring on the senior night. And it is 1-0 in favor of the Matadors. Thanks to Kevin Yusufpour and a long chip up from Ryan Doan. At 1:37 in the first period. That one's going to go behind the net. So Kevin Yusufpour assisted from Ryan Doan. As of right now, we'll get that scoring to you a little bit later when we get the chance. Warwick playing catch, hits off the official skate. Larson going to get this one out. It's a 2-on-1 chance. Warwick coming down, but the Trojans getting defenders back. Right out in front for Yusufpour, and it's another one! Kevin Yusufpour, and a beauty of a pass from Kyle Warwick as Yusufpour is able just to sneak it by. It's a 2-0 game for the Matadors here early. 2 goals scored in 21 seconds. So they're going to get tied up, but the Trojans going to come away with this one. Volkov battling with it, but the Trojans able to keep this one back out. Trojans going to be caught offside And a quick shot, and Tirani giving a little push and shove after the shot, after the whistle. Typically considered bad etiquette by Brian Chun. He shot it after the whistle, but we will come back to that. Draw one by the Matadors. Tirani gets this one over to Dominguez. Back up to Tirani as he gives a little chip in charge. Going to get a sharp angle shot, but Lim's going to be there and cover the post quite well as the Trojans come out for another rush. It's a nice open ice hit there by Gomez. It will be a penalty on the Matadors, on Joseph Gomez. Two minutes for roughing will be the call. At 2:51, 2 minutes for roughing. So the Trojan special teams gets to work for the first time today, as that one comes back, still in the boards. Loose out in front in the kitchen, but Hayden Day able to recover this one and going to dump it all the way down. And the Matadors will be able to get changes, so a roughing penalty after the hit from Gomez, but the Matadors trying to clear this down. Trojans going to try and get something to work. Atancio laying the body there. So that one's still loose, but Atancio going to sky all this way down, and Lim going to get a paddle on it. So another shot on goal for the Trojans. Quesada coming through, tries to make a move, but nothing avail there. Atancio able to get back. Larson playing along the boards. Trojans come away with this one. Trying to find this through, back down to just below the goal crease. Sharp angle shot. Mishkevich covering up the short side. Trojans come away with this one. Back up at the dot. Loose read out in front, but a body still loose in front, and that one's going to score. Power play goal from the Trojans in favor of Alex Badalian. At 4:12 on the power play. So Badalian gets the tally there for the extra man. Hits off a Matador, but the Trojans come away with this one. Neutral zone play as Warwick chips this one out. Still keeping it off, delayed offside, but the Trojans are going to have to go back and touch up, and they do, but Doan comes away with this one for the Matadors. Chipped all the way down. Larson tries to get there, to no avail. Trojans come back once more, tries to make a move. That's going to get caught in the skate. Still down below the red line as the Trojans chip this one up. And that's going to be intercepted by Doan. Doan's going to sky this one up to Larson. Place this down at the glove, at the feet. Trojans come away with this one. Tries to go for a dump and chase, but that's going to hit off the body of a Matador defender. Doan, long stretch pass, nice little give and go there from Yusufpour. Trying to make a move, goes to the backhand, no avail. Hits the body, still loose out in front. Matador's not able to come away with that one. They do. Yusufpour takes the shot, does not go. And the Trojans have numbers 3-on-2, but a lot of Matadors back checking. Throws it on net, trying to get a rebound. Loose out in front. Mishkevich going to get there. And Stoneham, and a little bit of pushing and shoving, some extracurriculars after the whistle. And the officials quick there to break it up. That's Dusterhoff. He went out last game in the LMU. Dislocated his shoulder. He's back and playing now. So the Trojans getting changes. As Matadors try to push this one through out of the defensive zone. Tirani comes away with this one. 2-1 the score. 14-17 left to go here in the first period as Tirani looking to go coast to coast, enters the offensive zone, chips this one back up to the point, tries to get that one over, but intercepted by a Trojan. Matadors trying to come away with it in the neutral zone, unable to, but the Trojans get loose, out from the dot, shot hits off the mask of Mishkevich, and he's going to glove it down. Trojans come away with this one. Nice screenplay there. And that was, look at my board, sorry. Arutinian, who got the tip out in front. Wearing the number 8. Matadors come away with this one. No tripping call there. Commissar lost an edge. Day now battling with it along the boards. With Gossett. Trojans come away with this one, but a nice little play there by Yusufpour as he comes up the wing with speed along the half wall. Gonna rim this one around. Nice dump and chase play from the Matadors as Atancio tries to chip this one through. Is gonna hit off the body of Day. Comes back. Yusufpour tries to make a rebound shot. Does not go. Still loose out in front, but the Trojans come away with this one, and they have numbers. As Atancio tries to make a move around Atancio. No hooking call there. Onside. The pass on the skate. Stoned by Mishkevich on the pad. Atancio comes away with this one. And a back and forth game. Almost turning into a track meet. As they're trying to get chances off the rush. But Tirani tries to chip this one through. Does not go. Trojans coming down once more. Still at the dot. Back up to the high slot. Does not go. Yusufpour and Tirani. They have numbers. 2-on-1 chance. As Yusufpour makes the pass to Tirani. Tirani tries to make a move. Does it get through? It does not. Lim stones him on the 2-on-1 chance. And what a save from the netminder of the Trojans. It's a beautiful save there. And cannot play that better than Lim did. I think Tirani was trying to get a move to go around the goaltender. I think he just lost control of it, but Lim staying composed and showing what he's made of. As he was able to just chip this in, and the Matadors lose it on the rush, trying to get a breakaway. The shot stoned! Blockered away by Mishkevich on the breakaway. Still out in front, though, the Trojans trying to get the momentum off of that. They scored the last one. Yusufpour, the lone goal scorer for the Matadors. Someone else is going to try and get on the score sheet for the Doors. Nice hit there by Dusterov that allows for Larson to come in and get the puck. Dusterov going to go change. Trojans rim this one around, still in their own defensive zone, but Doan is going to recover this. Back at the blue line, still neutral zone play. Peter Larson coming in, shot, gonna be loose off the shoulder of Lim, and it'll be rebounded. Larson quick and wise to get away from the scrum to avoid anything. So Matadors win this one. Still Trojans have it, though, in the defensive zone. Matadors going to try and come away with it. They don't, as the Trojans bring this one through, but Atancio going to recover this and kind of just feather it down into the offensive zone. Trojans chip this one up as they look to get a rush going. Doan going to lose his stick, trying to play the body, not play the puck. Gets that one chipped through. Mishkevich going to smother it up in his chest. And it gets stopped there from the Matadors netminder. Smothers it to his chest. Draw one by the Matadors, still able to keep possession of it is Dominguez. Sorry, that was Volkov. But the Trojans going to win this one back. Entering the offensive zone. Shot off the paddle of Mishkevich. As he was able to just barely get last part of his shaft in. Plays the angle well and able to get that one. The Trojans win this one, still in the offensive zone. Tarani trying to give chase. Mishkevich going to get this one. So it's going to be another quick shot and save from the CSUN netminder. There's a little bit of a tie up there. Matador's going to try and come away with it. They don't. Larson trying to hold this line well as Yusupor going to try and come away with that one. Actually going to be slapped away by Warwick, but the Trojans come back in. Tries to get the chip shot off. Is Kopke. Open ice hit. Huge hit there from Tarami as Wynn was a little slow to get up. But Kevin Yusupor coming through with this one. Just needs one more for the hat trick. Shot going to go just high. Larson trying to get the rebound. Not able to as there's a penalty. As Kopke goes down off the hit from Larson. And Wynn is down off the hit. He's up and back, but going to take a quick trip to the athletic trainer. So we'll see what the call is. It's 9:59 through the first period here, almost halfway through. So we apologize for the hot mics. Officials still talking about the call. And I think we'll get a call here. So it's going to be a 2-minute minor for roughing. So the Trojans already 1 for 1 on their power play. And their special teams will get to work once more. We'll see how this one plays out. Badalayan taking the draw for the Trojans, but we're still going to get some talking here. So discussions are done. And everyone looks to be good. So Badalayan taking the draw. Gets one out to Artunian, who brings this one back up. Trojans going to try and get a play there as that one goes out. Warwick giving chase to Artunian. Trojans will sit behind their net, swing it around. That's coming down with speed. Still back behind, almost loses a handle, and it gets it through the legs of Atancio. Trojans still have this in the offensive zone, looking to set something up. Playing catch with it at the point, still at the circles. Back down now to behind the net. Back up, it's gonna hit off a CSUN player as Tarani gonna sky this one out, gonna kill some time. And the Matadors get changes. Warwick goes off as Gomez comes back on. Trojans bring this one out, tries to swing it around. They're actually going to get loose in the skate of a Trojan. Matadors almost pounced on that one and almost had a short-handed chance. Atancio going to pick that pass off, intended for Badalayan, as Atancio will have this one in the offensive zone. Coming away with it is Gomez, but the Trojans come away with this one in the neutral zone. Coming down with speed, trying to make a move, going to force him to go wide. Chips this one through. Atancio still comes away with it off the boards and going to rim this one up and kill off some more time. So the CSUN penalty kill has been doing its job so far, being able to eliminate the chances, keep them to the outside, not let anything get through. Playing very solid defense and almost catching them on the change. No call there as a supposed hooking, but a no call. Trojans come away with this one in the neutral zone. So Trojan went down in open ice. And it looked to be that a Matador got the stick in it. Nice play there from the Trojans, able to keep this one in. Trying to go to the centering pass. Or it was a centering pass that was trying to go. Did not. As Artunian. So Larson comes out. 1 for 2 on the power play. Larson flips this one up to Yusufpour. Just needs one more for a hat trick. As Yusufpour going to try and get this one over through Sharabi and scores! Straight out of the box, Peter Larson pouncing on a puck, chips it up to Yusufpour and passes it over to Roham Tarani, pouring a little syrup on it as the freshman nets another one on the night. 12-14 into the first, and the Matadors have another 2-goal lead, one of the most dangerous ones in hockey. As we saw the lead get halved earlier in the game, 2 minutes after Matadors got their lead. Doan trying to chip this one through, but the Matadors still have life. Dusterhoff brings this one up around. Out to Volkov, who gets this one up. The Trojans pick it off. Strong pass there, trying to go into the offensive zone, and a good zone entry for the Trojans. Nice use of the body there from Dusterhoff as Volkov able to pick off that pass, trying to get it out of the zone. That's Kerrigan who's playing that one. Comes away with it as Liam Kerrigan couldn't come away. Hayden Day still in the corner, battling. Gets this one back out. Shot going to go, look to be a tip, but does not go. Still loose as Doan going to come away with this one along the boards. Skies this one through. A potential icing, but it will not get there. And what a clear by Ryan Doan, as it did not go the full length of the ice. They were able to get changes. Doan going to try and get this one through. Actually hits off the skate of a Trojan, but Doan comes away with this one. Trojans play this one through off the board. Matador still coming away with this one, trying to get away from the sea of cream jerseys. Warwick tries to get this one over to Gontus off the board, but Gontus still playing with it in the neutral zone. Back out to Dominguez playing catch with Atancio. Sorry, that was Martinez. Warwick comes away with this one. Gets this one down. Tries to get it through. Warwick still has it. Back out in the corner, looking for an option. Not able to see anything, so just going to hold it and skate with it. Gets this one back out. Nice centering pass for Gontus. Loose out in front, but Lim is going to cover this one. and keep it frozen. 5:41 left to go in the first. 3-1 is the score in favor of the Matadors. Draw one by the Trojans in the defensive zone as they get this one back. Getting up with speed was Kopke. He was also a very big contributor in that 5-3 loss to the Matadors. One of the biggest playmakers on this USC team. As the Trojans look to make something happen up through the neutral zone. They come into the offensive zone cleanly. No offsides. Playing with it. Back out to the top of the circles. Almost lost a handle. Gonna hit off Hayden Day. Still off along the boards. Trojans come away with this one. Back down. Back up. And trying to get the shot through. Rebound. And Yusupor not able to clear that one. That one hits off a body. Clear attempt does not go. Centering pass. No one there. As that one's also going to hit off a body. Martinez plays this one in the corner. Tries to get this one out. Trojans, strong, crisp pass to the center. Still back behind the net. Martinez plays this one. Trojans still have it, though, in the offensive zone. Wearing down the CSUN team. That one's going to go wide as well, as Gomez going to try and play it. And we'll see if Yusupor can get this one through. Hayden Day going to come all the way down. Has nothing but open ice. Going to feather this one in. And the Matadors will get much-needed changes after tired legs on the defensive side come off the ice. Delayed offsides, nothing there though, as the Matadors have to touch up. Gossett brings this one up, loses that one in the neutral zone. Volkov able to pick his pocket and dumps this one in. Gontus giving chase down to the Zamboni corner as the Trojans rim this one through. The Matadors trying to play this one, they don't. Trojans bring this one back up, but he's going to be caught a mile offside. That was Gossett who was skating with it, with Badalayan. And Badalayan just found himself just creeping offside a little bit too much. Commissar going to lose the draw. Trojans going to try and dump this one in, but Tarani recovers this one. Hits off the shin pad of Commissar, but Tarani recovers it. Skating with this behind the net. Badalayan giving chase. Long stretch pass up to Volkov. Back up to Yusupor. Yusupor. Sorry, that was Commissar. Apologies on that. Commissar took that shot right into the glove of Lim. Tarani plays this one in the neutral zone. Artunian trying to get a couple of stick lifts off. They do not. But turnover from the Matadors as Kerrigan tries to force this one through. Badalayan giving Atancio chase. Does not go. Matadors trying to make something happen. Picked off by Gossett. As Arutunian tries to get this one through, does not. Chipped out to Commissar, back up to Volkov, who's going to get a huge open ice hit along the half wall. Comes up with it though, going to get changes, and the Trojans, Badalayan gets this one back, going to go chip it up. As the Trojans trying to play something here, to make something happen. Kerrigan gets picked off by Gontus. Gontus coming in, but Kerrigan's going to pick his pocket as Gontus just lost the handle on the puck. No penalty there. As Gontus looked to get elbowed. But after the play, nothing called. Atancio, way to shake off the hit there as he tries to come away with this one. Trojans intercept this one, and a good chance for them. A grade A scoring opportunity, but nothing to go there as the arm goes up, and the Matadors are going to touch up once more, and it's going to be a penalty on Roham Tarani for tripping. Penalty comes at 17:47 to 2 minutes for tripping Roham Tarani. And so the Trojans get to go to work once more. Draw one by the Trojans. Back up to the point. Chips this one down to the circles. Loose route behind the net, right into the glove of Mishkevich. This play will be blown dead. 1:50 left to go in the man advantage. And 2:02 left to go in the penalty. So 13 seconds is the disconnect between the man advantage and the game clock. So the matters, if they stay clean here, they will not go down in intermission. Down a man. This one back up to Tay. Tay back up to the point. The shot through traffic, loose. Mishkevich able to come away with that one. Officials break up all the extracurriculars. The shot through traffic. Mishkevich hits his pad. Lost an edge, but able to stop it there. Draw one back to Tay. Tay gets this one down. And Doan trying to give a hip check to keep it there. Polsky comes away with this one down in the corner, looking for options. Takes the shot. Mishkevich comes out loose. Tay is going to hit off the body of Doan. And Doan is down after the block shot. But you got to use the body. Lay it all on the line. Back down, and it's going to be another penalty. After a cross-check from Fitz. This will be a 4-on-4 chance. .18:39 into the first. So the Matadors will be on the man advantage. Coming back into the second period, they'll have 40 seconds in the second period to start off the second period on the man advantage. Day tries to come away with this one, and that one will go loose into the other corner. Shakes off the hit. Day down in the corner, but the Trojans come away with this one. 1 minute left to go here in the first frame of regulation. Hits off the skate of Gontus. Day comes down, tries to give chase, and sandwiches the Trojan along the side of the board. Sandwiches Ort. Trojans come down. That one hits off the pillows of Mishkevich. Gontus chips this one back up to Warwick. Back over to Atancio. Nice little give and go play there. Tries to chip this one up for Warwick. Kerrigan going to get there first as Warwick not able to go. Warwick goes down in the corner. Same with Kerrigan. Both get up, and play resumes here. 30 seconds left to go. Matador's able to keep this one in. Martinez not able to hit the intended target. As Ort comes back out for another rush. Ort just loses the handle and tries to spin around and get a pass, but Yusufpour comes away with this one. 2-on-2 chance. Yusufpour and Atancio coming down with speed, trying to get through. Gonna try to make a move. Does not. No tripping call there, as looks like Yusufpour was tripped up. But here come the Trojans on another rush with speed, trying to go through, and Mishkevich stones him on the breakaway as time will expire here in the first period. Matadors will have a 39-second man advantage when we start the second period here on the Matador Sports Network. Welcome to the Intermission Report, brought to you by the Associated Students here on the campus of Cal State Northridge. 3-1 is the score after 20 minutes of play in regulation. Kevin Yusufpour with the 2 goals and 1 assist to Roham Tarani after Peter Larson getting out of the box, chipping it up to him, and being able to score on that one. The Trojans got their 1 goal on the extra attacker, the first penalty that the Matadors took. 2 minutes for roughing down in the Zamboni corner. And actually, apologies, that was not in the Zamboni corner, that was in the neutral zone. Jonathan Gomez took that penalty, and Trojans capitalized on it. So far, as of right now, the Matadors are playing very, very well, especially in the neutral zone and in the offensive zone. The defensive zone, they're lacking a little bit. The Trojans are being able to keep the puck in the zone for as long as they want to, and they're able to kind of dictate the pace of play and control the pace of play in the defensive zone. The Matadors, when they come out for the second period, they will have a 40-second man advantage. And so you're probably sitting in the room right now, how do we attack their weak points? How do we get through? And how can we start off this period by potting 1 more, giving us a 3-goal lead on senior night here at the Isoplex? Been a very solid game, very back and forth game right as of right now. USC with 14 shots on goal, the Matadors with 8. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, it'll be puck drop for the second frame of play here on the Matador Sports Network. "20 minutes down here at the Isoplex. 40 minutes of regulation left to play. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, everyone. Jonas Tawney alongside of you. We got 40 minutes left here at the Isoplex on senior night. I want to honor the seniors tonight of Hayden Day, Luke Gontus, and Kevin Volkov. This will be their final game on home ice as the Matadors look to take on the WCHC Conference playoffs to see who will go to the ACHA regional playoffs. So a couple of teams out of every conference, specifically usually the champion and sometimes in the bigger conferences, the top 2 or even the top 3 will get the chance to go to the D2 regional tournament for the ACHA. And whoever comes out of your region will then go to the nationals tournament. You got 4 regions, north, south, east, and west. And CSUN obviously playing in the west division right now. They will start with a 40-second man advantage. They're up 2-1. It looks like their starting lineup will be Yusufpour, Warwick, and Larson on the front three, and Tarani and Atancio holding the blue line. Gossett, Badalayan, Kocharek, and Kerrigan, the starting four. Apologies, that's Ort and Gossett, who are the starting four for the Trojans. As Kocharek and Kerrigan also out there. Matadors win the draw. Back up to Yusufpour, coming down with speed, avoids the sick lift, drops this one back off for Larson, drops this one back up for Tarani. Tarani looking for options, back down to the corner for Larson. Larson trying to make something happen. They're playing catch, him and Warwick playing catch behind the net. Warwick has Atancio open on the corners, fakes the shot, fans on it. As the Trojans are able to clear this one down, that'll go the length of the ice and effectively kill everything that was left on the man advantage. So Matadors go 0 for 1 on the power play as Tarani comes down with speed. Full strength here, shot, sharp angle. Lim able to stop that one, and netminder's mask comes off. So we'll get another stoppage of play. But penalty killed off for the Trojans. So Matadors fall to 0-1 on the special teams unit tonight. Trojans 100% on the penalty kill. But it was a 4-on-4 advantage. The Matadors only got about 50 seconds on the man advantage. The Trojans took a penalty 18:39 into the first. It was a 2-minute cross-checking penalty for Tyler Fitz. Fitz is actually still out there right now. So netminder gets his mask on. Lim is ready to go. Trojans win this one back. It'll be behind their own net, though. As Ort has it lost between his feet. Komisar trying to give chase to it, trying to poke it away. But the Trojans still have this in the defensive zone. Matadors recover this one. Chipped down. Hayden Day brings this one around. And some drawing there, but Ort going to try and get this one through. But back over to Gontus, and Komisar is going to lose an edge. Gives him smiles as he goes off. Trojans have this one in their own offensive zone. Yusufpour all the way up. Sorry, that's Gomez. He's going to get this one through as Gomez is going to look for Gontus. Tries to make a nice little spin move. Going to lose the handle on it. Karani got a fan on that one. And the Trojans come back down the other way as Ort puts on the brakes in neutral zone. Going to drop this one back to his teammates. Of Chun. That one's going to go back down. Gomez giving chase as Peaslin comes up the half wall with speed, enters the zone, cuts to the center, going to hit a body. Mishkevich able to cover this one. Nice hop there from Gossett. Getting in the spirit of the Olympic Games as the Winter Olympics are just about to take place here within the next couple of weeks. Nice little bunny hop for him. Get him in the figure skating competition. Peaslin going to lose the draw to the Matadors as they try to get this one out to neutral zone. They do, but Kerrigan recovers this one. He skates with it into his own zone. He's going to chip this one all the way down, and it will be called for an icing. A little too heavy on the touch there for Kerrigan as the draw will get located back into the Trojan defensive zone, offensive zone for the Matadors. And you want to try and win that draw, the offensive zone draw here. This is going to be very crucial into setting up plays. The Matadors have gotten a lot of their goals off of rush chances. Haven't really set anything up, just a lot of rushes. Yusufpour, the first one he scored off the breakaway right in between the wickets of Lim. As Trojan's going to get this one out. Chips it back. So Rutunian. The Matadors come away with this one. Trying to make a move is Doan. Gets that one poked up to him. Doan going to try and get the pass over to Yusufpour. Does not go. Yusufpour jumps this one back as there's play out in front. Volkov wanted the penalty. Did not go. Badalayan coming down into the corner. Going to go down into the corner. A good hit there by the Matadors as Streaking up the ice is Yusufpour, but going to get that one poked away, and the Matadors going to have to regroup back in their zone. Chips this one back over. Long stretch past Volkov. Able just to get a stick on it, but the Matadors going to get changes as Kerrigan going to try and let the Trojans catch the Matadors on a change. Gets this one up to Gossett, but Gontus going to come away with this one. Streaking down with speed. Tries to make a move, and that's going to be called for a penalty. Hayden Day still has it, though. Gontus gets back up, still playing back in the corner, and the Trojans are going to touch it. So it'll be a 2-minute penalty for tripping for the Trojans, and the Matadors will get to go to work on their first full power play of the game. Penalty was taken 3:26, 2 minutes for tripping in the second period. That's going to be Cole Kocherek, as he will sit in the sin bin for 2, and the Matadors on their second power play of the night have their second power play unit out right now. As Gomez going to get this one tied up. Hayden Day going to try and come away with that one. Not able to, but the Matadors able to keep this one in the zone along the half wall. As here come the Trojans with speed, but Matadors have numbers. Shot there, rebounded, loose out in front, but Mishkevich going to come away with this one. Duster off, and the bench giving some love to the goalie there, as Doan's going to skate up with this one. Man advantage here for the Matadors. A minute 33 left to go. Gontus coming down the penalty box side, puts on the brakes in the corner. Hayden Day comes away with this one, trying to get this one out in front. Tipped, does not go, still loose in the corner as the Trojans come away with this one. Pressuring are the Matadors. Gontus playing physical there. Nice little bump, going to be in between the stick. We trapped down, no call there. Trojans wanted a power play. Zustrov takes a hit, tries to get this one down. Gontus still giving chase, tied up with the Trojans along the wall. Puck still loose in the offensive zone, and the Trojans finally going to clear it. Some jawing with Gontus and the official, but the Matadors are going to get changes. And here comes Warwick. Warwick going to rim this one all the way down. Yusufpour reads the play perfectly, makes a play. Nice little move there to avoid the hit. Loose out in front. That one scores! The special teams are special here tonight, and it's that first line that keeps on producing for the Matadors as Kyle Warwick slams one home on the man advantage. 4:51 into the second period. It's a 4-1 game as the Matadors take a 3-goal lead here in the second period on the man advantage. They improve to 50% on the night. Trojans going to win this one as that one almost gets picked off by the first line again. Giving chases Tirani, no icing there. Artulian is chasing down, but Larson, yes, that's Larson. Gets this one back to Warwick. Drop pass for Larson. Larson out in the slot, loses that one. Backhand, loose out in front, trying to get it through. Does not go, still loose out in front. Lim way out of his crease. But the Trojans able to recover this one and get this one through. Warwick leaves this one back for Tirani. Tirani's going to dump this one in and gives chase. Lim comes out of his net to play it. But that'll be the Matadors. Vargas of the Trojans gets this one out. Nice little chip pass up. Tries to make a move as Mishkevich, though, gets there first and gave him nothing but the pillows to shoot at. And shot will go wide. Yusufpour coming down with speed is going to draw another penalty. That's Atancio, apologies. Atancio, and it's going to be a call for tripping. At 5:48. So the Matadors just had a man advantage before, and they have another one. That'll be Gossett who goes and sits in the sin bin for 2 for tripping, and the Matadors have another full 2-minute man advantage. Second line out once more. Gomez going to win this one, ties it up for Hayden Day. He's going to get a quick shot, paddled away by Lim. Gomez chips this one down. Nice chop there, trying to get it to Gontus. Gontus comes away with this one, still battling with it behind the net. Was going to come away with this one as he gets pinned along the boards. Gomez tries to give chase. That'll come out, back up to Dusterhoff. Dusterhoff riding the line well. Gomez goes down. Ort with the stick check there, as he was able to get this one out of the zone and have the Matadors able to touch up. But the Trojans going to come away with this one, and that will put an end to the man advantage for the Matadors as they will go down. And I believe that'll be a hooking call at 6:21. So 2 minutes for hooking is the call there. On the Matadors, it'll be Luke Gontus, the senior, is going to the sin bin for 2. And we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for the next 1:27. Trojans win this one. Back up. Quick shot. Saved and smothered by Mishkevich. That's going to be Kopke who took the shot, but actually going to play this one out. Long saucer pass all the way up the length of the ice. And icing gets called. They're going to play it in the center ice draw, actually, for the icing. So Lim came out to play it, and it's going to be a center ice draw. The icing so Gontus and the officials during that stoppage had a little bit of a chat. They were drawing at each other earlier. Long draw loss as a Trojan goes down, and Warwick's going to come away with this one. Back out for Yusufpour. Just needs one more for the hat trick. This one comes up. Back up to Atancio. Back out to Tirani. 50 seconds left on the penalty for the Trojans. Tirani feathers this one over to Atancio. Atancio trying to make a move here. Plays this one back. And Trojan's going to lose his stick, but they're going to come away with this one. Chipped out. Yusufpour tries to get that one out for Warwick, but that puck just got lost. And a little bit too hard on the pass. 20 seconds left to go on the 4-on-4 play here for the Trojan. Pass up to Yusufpour. Going to hit off his stick and just lose it. Poked ahead by Atancio. A 2-on-2 chance. Warwick coming back, cutting back the shot. Lost out in front. Loose scores! If you have a hat, make sure to throw it. It's a hat trick for Kevin Yusufpour on senior night. Potts his third one of the evening on 4-on-4 play. And the Matadors are up 5-1 here. Almost halfway through the second period. Goal comes at 12:19 into the period. 7:41. And it's a 5-1 game. Draw is going to be one as Gomez coming down, tries to make a move, trying to go 5-hole. Glove there of Lim, able to deny him. But another quick goal that could have happened. Man advantage for the Trojans. Artulian's going to shoot this one down. It's going to get gloved down by the Matadors and duster off. And I believe that is Artunian. John and giving each other a little push and shove. See if there are any calls that come away from it. Does not look to be. Just some chatting with the officials. So Matadors fall to 1 for 3 on the man advantage. They had a chance but not able to capitalize on it. So this one back out. Shot will be saved by Mishkevich. Wraparound comes back out. 13 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Back out to Kocharek. Hangs on to it. Going to shot through traffic. Going to hit off a body. And Pizian going to come out with it. Gontus waiting to play that one. A huge one-timer there. Stopped by Mishkevich as Gontus going to come down. And a nice defensive play there from the Matadors. That one's going to get chipped up the length of the ice, but that one will go for icing. So good play there by Gontus to stop the rush. 11:26 left to go in the second. Trojans fall to 1 for 4, 25% on the power play today. The CSUN penalty kill working very effectively for them. And for them, this is kind of a tune-up game right now. You're going into the WCHC playoffs next week. So waiting on the ruling from the ACHA and the WCHC on the suspended game against UCLA last night. Trojans come away with this one. Still down, loose out in front, good centering pass there. There's no one there to capitalize on it, but here come the Matadors. They have numbers. Coming down is Gomez. Gomez looking for options, drops this one back up to Gontus. It sneaks through! Tally one for the senior on senior night. He makes it 6-1, and Gontus, his last ever home game here at the Isoplex, nets one and pots a goal for the Matadors, making it 6-1. The senior gets his final send-off here. 9:02 into the second period. So that one just snuck through the wickets of Lim. Matadors win this one back up. Volkov trying to get this one through. Does not. Apologies, that was not Volkov. A huge hit along the half wall. Trojans come away with this one as they dump that one down. That was Rudin, who got checked along the boards. Loose out front, and that one's going to hit off Mishkevich. A good save there by this veteran netminder from the Matadors. Puck will go out of the zone. Trojans going to have to touch up, as Chun was unable to get this one, but here come the Matadors. They have numbers once more. Komisar had the game winner last time. The pass for Larson goes a little bit too far. Rudin going to rim this one around the corner. Playing in the corner is Larson. Going to get bumped, though, along the penalty boards. Tarani comes away with this one. It's just going to saucer this one in to the other corner. Getting that one is Tay. Will actually get bumped. Matador's going to come away with this one, still in the offensive zone. No call there. That one rimmed back around, and it's a foot race for the puck. Chun comes away with this one, and behind the net of Mishkevich is going to still stay with it, and the Trojans come away with this one in the offensive zone. That shot going to be smothered by Mishkevich. Pushing and shoving, a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. Tarani and Tay. A little bit of a conversation. Tarani just says, hey, bud, look at the scoreboard. 6-1 is the score. 6 out of the 7 goals have came from CSUN. 3 of them from Kevin Yusufpour. Matadors win this draw back in the defensive zone. Yusufpour, he has a handful of points tonight for the Matadors, and as of right now, senior night vibes are high for them as Warwick cuts through, only has 2 to beat, gets around 1, tries to make a move, and the backhand doesn't get all of the backhand. It's going to be smothered by Lim. I don't think the Trojans have another netminder in the bench, so it's only Lim right now. You play Fullerton tomorrow for your senior night. This one's just an exhibition. And a good face-off win by Ort as Warwick gets walked on the face-off, but Warwick's going to come away with this one behind the net. It'll be Vargas and actually Kocherek who will end up with that one. Gets that one down to Polsky, tries to make a move back up to Vargas. Dump in, going to be intercepted by Atancio. Atancio fires this one up. A nice little play for Yusufpour, who's going to just chip this one in. Kocherek going to get there. Yusufpour giving chase. Comes away with that one. Nice, bad turnover there. Nice play from Yusufpour. He almost had his 4th one on the night. Matadors unable to keep this one in the zone. Polsky giving chase right now, but Atancio going to put the brakes on and let Polsky chase him. As fans on the pass, Atancio still in the defensive zone. Gets this one up to Yusufpour, trying to poke this one through. Kocherek can try and get it through. As a little bit of miscommunication there from Warwick, as that one gets into the padding of Vargas. Ort comes with it now along the half wall with speed, looking to make something happen. Centering pass doesn't go. Matadors have numbers as Kyle Warwick slides this one over to Yusufpour. Warwick's going to change. Yusufpour slides this over to Gontus. Gontus trying to get it out to Tarani. Was going to be batted away, and a hand pass will be called on the Trojans. 7:59 left to go here in the second period. Just crossed the halfway point of the game. Shots are 17-20. While the Trojans are out shooting the Matadors are getting a lot better quality of shots. They're not letting, the Trojans are just firing from everywhere on the ice, whereas the Matadors are actually getting into the nitty-gritty and making some things happen. Gomez gonna lose the draw to Ort as Kerrigan is gonna win this one back down behind the net. Trojans come away with this one, tries to chip this one up through, and it's Artunian. Tarani's gonna get there first though, as Trojans try to come away with this one. Martinez gonna get that one poke checked away in the defensive zone, centering pass, no one there to capitalize, goes into the Zamboni corner, back up to the point. Trojans fire this one through, hits off a Matador. Still loose out in front. Trojans come away with this one as it is skied through. But 6-1 the score, 7:24 left to go in the second period. So 4 goals in the first period, 3 goals in the second. An eventful game so far. Matadors win this one back. Martinez going to saucer this one up to Gontus. Just trying to get it out of the defensive zone. Komisar loses another edge. Maybe he has to get those skates sharpened. Yusufpour comes back on. Martinez going to chip this one up along the boards. Back up to Yusufpour. Going to slide this one all the way over for Gontus. Gontus going to try and make something happen. The long shot from the outside going to happen. A little bit of a tussle between Gontus and Kocherek, as that one will get whistled down behind the play. And that's going to be the Trojans who are going to go to the bench. It's Marquez who sits for 2. At 13:02. 2 minutes for roughing, I believe, was the call. So the second penalty on, the first penalty on Larson, the second CSUN penalty total at 9:59 into the first period was 2 minutes for boarding. So Marquez sits in the bin for 2. Matadors win this one back. Tarani and Atancio playing catch along the blue line. Warwick down along back. Larson comes out. Back up along the boards, going to kick this to the other corner with this skate. Yusufpour getting chased by Kerrigan. A centering pass right in front, no one there. Ort going to give chase. Could come away with this one, but Tarani's going to get there first. Tarani gets stick lifted by Ort, but using the net to shield off Ort is Tarani. As Atancio, the speedy big defenseman, comes through with it, looking to go coast to coast, trying to make something happen. Looked to go for the wraparound, was going to hit off the boards to himself. Back up to Tarani. Tarani looking for something here. Tries to get this one back over to Larson, who will retrieve it in the corner. Gets it back out to Tarani, waits for options, gets it over to Atancio, wide open along the point. As that one just going to get shots through, and it'll be smothered by Lim, who smothers it right up in his chest. 1:04 left to go on the man advantage. 6:01 left to go in the second period. Matadors lead 6-1, 17-21 are the difference in shots. Difference of shots is 5 in favor of UFC and USC, but difference of goals is 5 in favor of the Matadors. 5 shots can change the game. Trojans going to try and rim this one back around. Dusterov gets there, avoids the rim. Nice move, looking to make something happen. Hits off a body, loose out in front. Matadors still come away with this one in the defensive zone. Now pinned along the boards. It's giving chase, and helmet's going to fall off of Atancio. No call there, but everyone seems to be fine. That actually was Chun, Brian Chun, who went down. There's two Chuns, Billy Chun and Brian Chun on the squad. So Brian Chun went down, but the helmet of Atancio flew off, so stoppage of play there. As the Trojans come away with this one and will successfully clear. Mishkevich going to come out of his net and play it. And let Doan recover this, using the net to shield him off as well. But giving chase are the Trojans, and Mishkevich going to have to come up and get the smother very, very quickly. That was Chun who was attacking and forechecking there, and a good forecheck for him as he forced the Matador defender to make a mistake and give the puck up along the side of the net. Mishkevich luckily was able to get out in front and freeze the puck. Matadors looking to come away with this draw. They do. Long stretch pass up the ice for Gontus. Going to try and shield away. Poke checked away. The Trojans, clear-cut breakaway, but it's going to go too far, and they're not going to be able to recover it first. Still back up in the zone. Nice move there, but going to be poked away by the Matadors, and they have a rush of their own. Comes Gontus, put step on the brakes. That was actually Gomez. Nice move there, using the skate to make something happen. Still loose out in front. Good stop there, and the Trojans are going to get changes. That was Pieslin who came out, caught on the change there. It was wide open up front. Draw one back by the Trojans. Kerrigan going to try and get this one through. Does not. 4.5 left to go here in the second period. Matadors still lead by 5. Good play there by Atancio. Able to use a crouch block there. Use the body to get this one through. Larson going to try and stretch it all the way up to Yusufpour. Does not go. Going to get poke checked away, and Larson comes back away with it. Gets this one back out to Warwick. Warwick with speed coming down. Drops it off for Yusufpour. He already has 3 on the night. Looking to make it 4, but Artunian comes away with this one. Back over to Badalayan, who still controls it. It goes back into the corner for Kocherek. Gets pinned along the boards by Atancio in the corner. Kocherek comes away with it, looking to make something happen behind the net. The shot right out in front, grade A chance, but even a better stop by Mishkevich. Loose out into the neutral zone. Trojans come away with this one though. Kocherek going to pass this one back up to Pieslin. Pieslin, nice little move on Yusufpour. Kocherek's going to change. Pieslin comes out, not able to get the shot off. Hits off a stick, and Mishkevich going to recover this one. That's Pieslin and Gontus who are talking, I think, a late hit. 3.5 left to go here in the third. No one going to go to the penalty box, but the officials breaking up any of the extracurriculars fairly early. It's actually Rudin that got up in the grill of the Trojan. Draw one back by the Trojans. Still at the point, shot going to hit a body as Volkov trying to use his hand to play it down. Did not have the height to do so. Chipped up into the neutral zone. Volkov comes away with this one. Skating through, chips this one back up to Tirani. Tirani going to try and shoot it through, but a good crouch block by the Trojans. Komisar trying to come away with this one, still along the boards, but Ort going to come away with this one. At least the pass was intended for Ort. Along the half wall, does not go. Volkov recovers this one, but gets picked off quite easily. Matadors still come away with this one. Pass intended for off the boards, does not go. Trojans come away with this one in the offensive zone. It's going to hit off the netting and go out of play. That was Pieslin. That took the shot. So draw still down. Matadors come away with this one. Specifically Yusufpour gets this one up. And here come the Matadors, as that's Gontus. Gonna try and get this one away from him. Still has it behind the net. Gonna get poked away. Still down, right out in front. Yusufpour takes the shot. Still loose in front. Right is at the feet. And what a move by Lim, as he was able to keep that one through. And way to keep that one out is Lim, as Yusufpour took the shot, went wide. Lim was scrambling all over the place, had no idea where the puck was, and could not get a cover on it. Totally out of his crease. But the Trojans' defense prevails once more. Good passing play there. Still loose out in front, but Mishkevich going to use the pad to stone him. Larson all the way up on the breakaway. Here he comes, trailing Kerrigan. The move will not go. Delayed penalty. Could be a penalty shot. Larson comes away with this one. It will be a slashing penalty. And we'll see if it's a slashing penalty or if it's a penalty shot. It's a slashing penalty. But Larson had the breakaway. The officials are going to confer, so it's a slashing penalty, but no penalty shot. So no penalty shot there, but a slashing from Kerrigan definitely saved a goal. So good defense from him. It looked like Larson had the breakaway. So 18:05 into the second period. It'll be a 2-minute for slash on Kerrigan. And Matadors will have a minute 55 left to go in the period on the man advantage. 5 seconds left on the man advantage when we come back in the third period if they do not score in this next minute 55 seconds. USC comes away with this one. They already have a shorthanded goal in the series against CSUN. That one's going to get poke-checked away. Yusufpour going to come away with that one, but battling are the Trojans. Tries to get this one up, but Atancio going to pick the pass off. That was intended for Chun. Playing a little bit of catch. Warwick going to saucer this one over to Tarani. Bumps it up to Larson. Larson gets this one between the wickets of I believe that was Chun. Chun's going to feather this one up for Arutinian. As the Matadors are going to try and get changes here. Not changes. An errant pass by Warwick. Atancio gets there first as opposed to Chun, but Chun's still battling along the boards. 1 minute left to go. Chun goes down into the boards. It looks to be okay. The Matadors are going to try and catch him here. But a good poke check there, and the Trojans have numbers as they come down. Breakaway chance, not able to go as Mishkevich gets this one in between the wickets. And a good save there. Another good grade A shorthanded chance for the Trojans, but Mishkevich able to stone him on the breakaway. Back out to the point, does not clear the zone, so Trojans don't need to touch up for offsides. Ort and Doan battling for it. Doan going to get there first in the Zamboni corner, but blocked by Ort. Doan still comes away with this one as they're battling for it behind the net. Doan looking for option as he tries to make a move, and is going to get stopped by Gossett. As Gossett gets this one out to Peasland. Peasland's going to dump this one down. Back over to Doan. 10 seconds left to go in the period. As Hayden Day looks to make something happen, and we'll get that one poked away as the Trojans are going to sky this one out. And that will be the end of the second period. 3 more goals for the Matadors as they add to their total. It's a 6-1 hockey game. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes left to go here in the season finale here at the Simi Valley Isoplex. Don't go anywhere, grab your popcorn. We'll be right back for the intermission report. Welcome back to the second intermission report brought to you by the Associated Students on the campus of CSUN. Our final intermission report that we have for you today, unless the game goes into overtime or a shootout. But as of right now, it's not looking like that. Matadors are up by 5. 6-1 is the score. They trail in the shot department, though. 20-26 are your shots after 2 periods. Tied at 12 shots apiece in the second period. Matadors went on the man advantage. 1:55 left to go in the second period. Coming into the final frame of play, they're going to have 5 seconds left on the man advantage. Kevin Yusufpour notched his hat trick in the second period. Has 5 points on the night, 2 assists, and 3 goals. Has contributed on all 5 goals besides 1 that he has had, or that the team has had so far. USC unable to get any offense going. They were stuffed by Seth Mishkevich, making some crucial saves in kind of the latter parts of the period. The Trojans had a very, very good short-handed breakaway chance, but I believe they actually just lost the handle, but Mishkevich stoned them on the breakaway, and a very couple of good saves from Mishkevich. Got a little dicey, a little physical here and there. Had a couple of penalties for cross-checking, some roughing, and some boarding. It was tripping, the earlier 2 penalties for USC, a hooking penalty on CSUN, roughing, and a slashing. So 5 penalties in the second period, 4 in the first. So combined, if I can do my math, that's 18 penalties in minutes so far throughout the first 2 periods of play. Third period might get a little bit more physical. We shall see. Matadors did capitalize on one of their power play chances in the second period. They didn't really get a good power play chance until the second period. They had like 13 seconds left or 40 seconds left on their first power play after the one that expired in the first period. Coming into the second period, they started with a 40-second man advantage coming into this period. They did not capitalize on that one. After they did, they were able to end up capitalizing on it. Kyle Warwick with the goal, assisted by none other than Kevin Yusufpour. 5 goals for him. The only goal he did not assist on was Luke Gontus' goal. Luke Gontus, the senior, potted one to make it 6-1 as of right now. And Gomez did assist on that one. So tally another point for him as well. That one came on even strength. Matadors are 1 for 3 on the man advantage. They have 5 seconds left to go here in the third period. The Trojans are 1 for 4. So the Matadors, ever since lighting up that first power play goal that halved the lead from 2-0 to 2-1 in the first period, that one was scored in USC at 4:12. So 3 goals in the span of 4.5 minutes in the first period. But now we are here. USC has not capitalized on the special teams since that play. We're going to step aside real quick. When we come back, it's the final puck drop for the final period of play here at the Isoplex in Simi Valley. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes left to go here at the Isoplex. Final frame of play coming to you here on the MSN YouTube channel. The Matadors with a 5-second man advantage. Kerrigan taking a slashing penalty off the breakaway from Larson. He had a clear breakaway. Thought it was going to be a penalty shot, but it ended up being just a clear penalty. And Kerrigan definitely saved a goal there. He had a clear-cut breakaway, and Larson doesn't really miss on the breakaways. But he got slashed, and Kerrigan's paying for it right now. But he did save a goal. And now he will be starting the last 5 seconds on the his last 5 seconds of the infraction in the third period. Matadors set to take the ice right now. But if you're the Matadors, you played that second period really, really well. You want to keep the pressure on, keep going with where they were. And they want to make sure that pressure stays. So Matadors hitting the ice right now. They will be on a 5-second man advantage to lead the third period. Current score 6-1 right now. Shots on goal 20-26 in favor of the Trojans. I think the officials and the Matadors are chatting right now, saying, "Hey, let's go. We got a game to play. Get on the ice." So Matadors have been stretched a little thin. Sherman is out for the rest of the season with a partial tear in his ankle, just a partial ligament tear, nothing else. And we were talking about it. I was talking with him a little bit before the game. I think just a partial tear. Nothing too bad, but obviously it's not the best if you're the Matadors. Sherman's been a very key part of the Matadors' offense and the Matadors' playmaking. So losing him is going to hurt them in the playoffs. Final puck drop is away. We are underway here for the final frame of play in the 2025-26 regular season as Atancio fans on a pass. He recovers his own pass, though. Takes a shot from the corner, from the circles, and Larson going to try and just slap it back on net. Went wide, still down in the corner. Kocherek has it, turns it over for Yusufpour, tries to jam it through, actually tried to get that out front, but did not go. And Larson played the body more than playing the puck. But here come the Trojans. Kerrigan swinging wide back down to the corner, going to get hit by Atancio in the corner. Warwick comes away with this one, back out, and here comes Tirani. Tirani and Larson, they have numbers. Tirani going to take the shot. It's going to go wide. And Tirani not happy with himself after missing that shot. He's a very expressive individual, Roham Tirani. It's always fun to see, too. Especially when instances like that happen. There's a good chance by the Trojans' defense there, or good, not a good chance, but a good job there to stop the cross-crease pass over from Tirani to Larson as the Trojans recover this one behind their net. Back out to Aruntian. Gets this one back out, but it's going to be chipped away. Dustrov, nice way to poke it there. Pieslin tries to get this one out. Not able to go. Apologies, Gossett, who wasn't able to get that one through. Hayden Day comes away with this one. Pass back to Komisar. Komisar tries to get that one through. Will not go, as it's going to be smothered by Lim. So Badalayan coming in with speed and unable to capitalize. Good defense from the Matadors, keeping him to the outside, not giving him much to shoot at. Ends up turning over the puck, and the Matadors have a chance the other way. Komisar going to take the draw for the Matadors. Wins it back to Doan. Doan going to try and get a shot on, but it's going to actually rim it around. Back to Yusufpour. He's going to come away with this one. Yusufpour tries to get this one through. Does not go as Komisar back down from the point. Body's in front. No one there as Hayden Day tries to recover this one. Still loose. Matadors trying to come away with this one along the boards. And Hayden Day will just chip this one back in. Back over to Gontus. Going to try and play that one through. Does not go. Still out in front, but Lim's going to recover this one. And another offensive zone draw for the Matadors. You're trying to keep the pressure on here in the third period. Not only are you wearing the Trojans down for the rest of the game, you're wearing them down for next game too. They're playing Cal State Fullerton at the Honda Center tomorrow, immediately following the Anaheim Ducks versus Vegas Golden Knights game for their senior night. Draw one back. Yusufpour trying to do something with it. Lost the handle on the puck. Gomez comes away with this one, trying to make something happen. Looking to go for the wraparound. No one there. A couple of bodies flying all the way around, but still loose out in front. That one, Volkov, not able to come away with this one, not able to tickle the twine with that one, and a good stop there by Lim as Yusufpour and the Matadors look to come away with this one. Back down. It's still out. And the Trojans with a rush of their own as they enter the offensive zone. Nice little dump and chase there as Pieslin fakes the slap shot. Gonna wrap this one back around. Tries to center it back up. Keeps it at the point is Kerrigan. Loose off the boards. Pieslin and Gomez battling for it now. Chun comes away with this one. Chun gets this one back down to Ort. Ort, nice little move. Holds on to this one. Mishkevich able to fight that one off and get it back into the corner. Atancio is gonna go down. No call there for the trip. Volkov comes away with this one. Another rush as Volkov comes through the middle of the zone and gets hit on the open ice. Yusufpour trying to go through, unable to though. As the Trojans come away with this one, as Ort gets this one back up to Yusufpour, trying to go for a toe drag, was just going to chip it in, and the Matadors will get changes. Tarani and Larson come back out as, I believe that's Marquez, tries to chip this one back. Matadors come away with this one. Warwick finds the aisle to get it right up to Larson. We're going to turn that one over in the defensive zone as T comes away with this one. T puts on the brakes, gets bumped a little bit. Nice hit by Warwick, not able to keep it there. Hits off the skate of Gontus, still goes to the other corner. Kocherek keeps this one behind and in the corner, getting pressured by Tarani. Still in the corner though. Kocherek back up to the point for Chun. That one's going to hit a body out in front. Mishkevich still able to get this one back. T-centering pass does not go, and it's off to the races. Gontus and Chun. Gontus gets there first, puts on the brakes, almost breaks his ankle loose, and it hits off his skate. Gontus kind of just threw it on net, but it's going to hit off his skate and get right into the glove of Lim. I don't know if Lim saw that one anywhere where it was, but he was able to get the leather on it. Draw one by the Matadors, back up to the point, trying to get something to happen, hits off the pillow of Lim, and the Trojans are going to try and for another rush of their own. Chun bringing this one down, going to hit off the stick of Matador, back up, enters the zone cleanly, chips off of a Matador stick. That one will get back out to Dominguez as Larson gets this one back up to Warwick. Warwick's going to come away with this one. Two Trojans collide, trying to get that centering pass over for Gontus. Does not go, and the Trojans have it once more. Coming back down is Chun. Chun gets this one out to T, has to fight through two Matadors, and hits off the pillows. Just gets a shot off of Mishkevich. Chun going to bring this one back down. Still battling loose at the feet. Larson able to chip this one through. A nice play there. Good hit by Larson, able to stop the offensive momentum of Chun. Yes, that is right. There's two Chuns on this team. Have not been paying attention. Brian Chun and Billy Chun. Kerrigan brings this one through. Nice one-timer chance, but Mishkevich going to stone him. Still loose out in front in the kitchen, but Mishkevich puts a lid on the pot and covers it up. So we'll have a defensive zone draw for the Matadors. So 14:49 left to go in the third period. Shots are 24-30 in favor of the Trojans. Yusufpour trying to chip this one up. Gets it back out to Kerrigan. Day chasing Kerrigan, but Kerrigan's going to get it over to Chun. Back out to Polsky. Polsky looking to make something happen, just corralling the puck on his stick. One-timer shot goes wide. Polsky, though, gets there first. Tries to get this one back. Is going to dump it in. Back over to Doan, who's going to recover this one off the wall. Back up to Yusufpour. Intended for Yusufpour, but Comisar's going to come away with this one. Swings wide. Is going to hit on the brakes. Peel back. takes the shot, and Lim's gonna recover this one. He flashes the leather with that one. 14-11 left to go here in the third period, 6-1. And CSUN looking just to cruise to an easy senior night victory here. They're up by 5, 14 left to go. It's not over till it's over, though. 5 goals can be scored fairly quickly. Lim's going to get the leather on that one. He's going to pop out, and the Trojans going to come away with this one. So they look to start a rush of their own. Going to hit off the body of Yusufpour. Still loose in the zone. Back out. Hayden Day not able to get something happen. And I'm wondering if they're going to try and get any of more of the seniors trying to not to pot them a goal. Add to their point tally for the regular season. Hits off the skate of Dusterov. A 3-on-2 odd man rush. One-timer shot from Dusterov. Going to flash the leather from Lim. Off the one-time chance. Great pass there from Yusufpour. Right in the wheelhouse of Dusterov. Able to clap that one through, and Lim just flashes the leather on it and drags it down. So Gomez going to take the draw. Gets this one back out. That shot rebounded off the blocker. Trojans going to try and come away with this one. Coming down with speed. And icing going to be waved off. Still loose out in front, but Mishkevich going to come away with that one. And a great hustle there by Gossett. As Gossett just flew down. And negated the icing. Draw one by the Matadors. Larson comes away with this one. Tries to get this out to open ice, and Gomez will take it through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Going to get that one poked away. Chun battling with it along the boards. Matadors not able to come away with that one. Still gets it back down. Rudin giving chase, and it will be another icing, so we will get another stoppage of play. 13:07 left to go here. 27-31 are the shots on goal. 6-1 here, the score in the third period. Matadors unable to win the draw. Clear attempt from the Trojans, but Atancio going to pick that one off. Atancio going to try and skate down, unable to. His back out, goes around. Larson going to give chase. Dumps it back in the Zamboni corner. Right out in front, right in the open upper slot area. Unable to go. And no icing, waved off. But Rudin going to get there first. Rudin, long stretch pass all the way up the ice. Over to Larson. Larson being held at the Zamboni corner. Puts on the brakes. Still playing with it along the boards. And the Matadors going to get changes right now while it's in the Trojan zone. Good change there for the Matadors as Volkov comes off as well. Orvik still out as Artunian comes away with this one, still down in the corner. As it's still loose, back around, hits off the stanchion. Passes it to himself with the net. Back up the shot. She's going to hit his stick, not going to get all of that as Martinez flies this one up. Kerrigan playing catch along the wall with Pieslin. He's going to just dump this one down for Badalian. Badalian comes away with this one. Back up to Pieslin. Still around kind of the corner. Right out in front in the slot, but the Matadors able to come away with this one. Way to pick the pocket there by Warwick as it's a 3-on-2 rush. Warwick and Tarani and Day. Back over to Tarani. Back down to Warwick. The sharp angle shot going to hit off the netting. Trying to just sneak it over the shoulder and hit the corner. But it's actually going to hit the netting instead and go out of play, and we'll get another stoppage of play. 11:26 left to go here in the third period. .26 left. Offensive zone draw for the Matadors. Tied up, and the Trojans going to try and clear this one out of the offensive zone as they're skating down through neutral ice. Back over to Artunian. Puts on the brakes. That one's going to hit off behind the net of Mishkevich. As loose out in front, that one's going to clear the zone. So the Trojans will have to touch up once more. Kerrigan going to play this one along the boards. Matador's going to try and get changes. Didn't want to get called for too many men on the ice, as they will finally get changes now. Commissar almost leapt a little bit too early and almost was charging the Matadors with a useless penalty that they don't need, as he's going to dump this one down. Volkov's going to give chase, but it will be called icing. 10:40 left to go in the third. 6-1 still the score here. No scoring yet in the third period. 28-31 are the shots on goal. Trojans win this one back, trying to get it over. Chun almost allowed for the pickoff from Gontus. Martinez was there to get ready for the chop, but Tarani is going to battle, calling for the switch, or the Trojans bring this one back around, tying up Martinez. Trojans will come away with this one out in front, but it's going to be Volkov. Chips this one back out to Gontus. Gontus going to try and chip it through. Nice little play to himself. Gontus, though, not able to come away with this one as they go down to the Zamboni corner. Kopke gonna come away with this one, chip this one all the way up. Doan trying to make something happen as Gossett tries to center that one. No one there, though, for the Trojans. Not executing the cross crease well, as no one has been there. We're off the iron as the Matadors catch a lucky break there. Mishkevich gonna thank his post for that one. Trojans touch up. That one gonna hit off. Back up to Day, who gets it used for Yusufpour. Yusufpour coming down with speed, just has Chun to beat. Chun tries to get it over, and Commissar not able to get it through as Lim dives across the crease and makes a save and smothers it up. And a great save there by the netminder of USC. Diving over, but I think we're going to have a power play for the Matadors. That's what it looks like. .10:27. It'll be Arutanen who will sit in the sin bin for 2. Not sure what the call was there. But Chun with the shorthanded chance has 2 to beat. Gonna go wide, trying to swing that one back around, looking to go for the wraparound. No Trojans able to aid him as they sky this one back. Yusufpour and Kocherek gonna battle along the boards. So that one's gonna get hit. Tarani comes away with this one along the half wall. Saucers it over to his defensive counterpart in Atancio, and the 2 deep pairings playing catch. Warwick cuts across the blue line to be able to trying to center it. Going to hit off the boards behind the net. Still coming away with this one, looking for the centering pass out in front. Nothing there. He's going to elect to hold on to it. Bring it back. Still in the Zamboni corner. Tarani with it. Atancio takes the shot, not able to slip through as he goes wide. Atancio comes away with that one at the point. Sends it back down to Warwick. Warwick going to get this one chipped away, still loose at the feet as Ort going to try and come away with this one. It'll be the Trojans. Kocherek comes away and looking forward for the backhand. He's going to get stoned by Mishkevich. A breakaway beauty to a breakaway beauty save. He's going to play that one back out for Atancio. As Tarani going to try and get his second of the night, but just loses the handle on that one. And man, what a save by Mishkevich. Still marveling over the breakaway save. Chun holding that one, going to hit off the padding, or the helmet of the CSUN backstop. Will hit off the netting. 7:39 left to go in the third period. 6 seconds left on the Trojan man advantage, and that would have been a wonderful shorthanded goal that could have maybe swung the momentum in the way of the Trojan. Mishkevich just getting a toe on that one as it was unable to pot it. Doan is going to attempt the pass up, going to hit off a skate, but Hayden Day is going to come away with this one. Full strength now. Matadors fall to 1 for 5, 20% on the power play today. So an unsuccessful 1 for 4. They are now officially 1 for 4. They're able to capitalize once, but nothing else. Long stretch pass over to Pieslin, and that one's going to go wide. Back down to the other way. As Chun recovers this one. Going to get bumped away by Gontus. But Pieslin will be there. No call for the power play, as Pieslin will lose an edge. Trying to be a little tricky there is Doan, but it'll be Gossett who comes away with this one. Back up for Kocherek. Kocherek going to make the pass over to Polsky, but he'll just lose it wide. Still playing down, and Doan and Polsky going to go through, and a good hit. Just behind the play, though. Doan still without his stick. As Gossett trying to make a move, trying to skate around, not able to go. And Mishkevich going to thank the post on that one, too. Still behind the play, and there's going to be a penalty that's called as a Trojan is down behind the net. And it's going to be Dusteroff who's going to sit. For roughing. So the officials conferring, and it looks like we might have a lengthy delay. We're going to take a quick step aside here. We'll return with the rest of the third period when we come back. And we're back here on the Matador Sports Network. Dusterhoff is going to sit for 2. Trojan went down behind the play after a hit, but able to get up on his own power and skate off into the pitch. Going to get checked out by the athletic trainer. So it'll be another man advantage for the Trojans. Gomez going to get walked on the draw. Quick shot there by Gossett. Unable to go, and Mishkevich is going to use the blocker, put it down, and make the save. 6:05 left to go in the third period. Back through, back over to Kerrigan. Kerrigan is going to get this one down. Back up, playing catch with Ort. Back up at the point, down to Badalayan. Badalayan back to Ort. Still along the half wall side, gets this one back up to Gossett, who's going to lose it, and Tarani's just going to feather this one down and clear it out. Tarani still has 3 years left of eligibility after this year. And if you're a Matador fan, that's the man you're excited to see going into the future. Roham Tarani has a bright future in the black and red. So a potential high stick there. Trojans not wanting to will touch up on it, but it will be a high sticking call, and it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Matadors. Trojan's going to come away with this one, but going to get stuck along the penalty box side. Good way to kind of essentially box out. Puck going to hit Kerrigan in the padding. as Trani still comes away with this one in the neutral zone. Going to feather that one down and kill away some more time. As the Trojans look for another chance. Gossett coming down with speed, trying to beat Trani. And they go for the wraparound centering pass out in front. No one there as Warwick feathers this one down once more. Another good chance for the special teams of the Matadors as they're able to kill off this penalty. So Matadors coming down with speed. Gossett going to stop that one. It is Mishkevich off the pillows as Peter Larson comes down in the neutral zone. Nice little windmill D. Going to chip this one through to himself as he's not able to recover this one. Kocherek comes away with it. It'll be the other Matador that comes, or other Trojan that comes away with it. Ort waiting to make a move. Going to get chipped back. Man advantage expires, so another unsuccessful power play for the Trojans as Chun holds it back up. Kocherek trying to get a shot on goal, but hits a body and goes wide back down to the corner. Pinned along, Hayden Day trying to make something happen with it. Still stuck, Chun and Day. Back down. Huge stick lift as Chun's shot is going to hit off a stick and go out of play. And I believe that was Komisar's stick who just went absolutely flying after a stick lift all the way up in the air. Kind of funny. Komisar threw his hands up. I was like, where'd my stick go? It's up in the air. Retrieved the stick, and we're back to go for the defensive zone draw. Trojans still come away with this one. T going to get that one on and be smothered again by Mishkevich. His 32nd save of the evening so far, as he has been main reason of CSUN's success tonight. Still loose out in front. Komisar going to come away with this one. Kocherek loses an edge. Hayden, I believe that was Gontus that tried to use the body. No, that was Day. Martinez getting this back to Doan. Passes it behind him, back over to Martinez. 3:15 left to go before the Matadors, if they hold on to this lead, can share a triumphant victory with their seniors in their final home game of the 25-26 regular season. They will take on the WCHC Division II playoffs next weekend at the Cube in Santa Clarita. Hayden Day gets this one over to Komisar. Komisar going to take a shot. Rebound. Loose right out in front. No one there. Doan almost tried to make a move on it, but lost the puck. Goes along the half wall. Still pinned along. Komisar's going to rim this one around. Back over to Gontus. Gontus using the body to take care of the puck. Trying to do a toe drag and come away with that one. He will not. But it will be the Matadors that come away with that one. Day not able to get off the one-timer, and it's a 4-on-2 chance for the Trojans. They have numbers. Chun gets hit along the boards. Watch for the centering pass here. Loose right on front, smothered by Mishkevich. And another grade A opportunity and grade A plus save from Seth Mishkevich. The CSUN netminder really making a case for himself here, as he has been phenomenal through these last 58 minutes. 2.5 left to go in the third period. Tied up as Mishkevich will make another cover. So another offensive zone draw for the Trojans. Just a quick shot right off the draw from Gossett. Matador gets tripped up, trying to clear it off the defensive zone. Does not go. Gomez going to recover this one, and it will go out for Yusufor. Yusufor already has 3 tonight, just has 1 to beat. The shot going to be smothered, saved, and go up in the netting, and it will be an offensive zone draw for the Matadors. 2:04 left to go in the third period here. Draw one by the Trojans. Zartunian going to come down with speed. Going to end up not able to get a shot off. Goes behind the net. Mishkevich covering the posts well. And just going to glove this one down. Flashing the leather. Making it look easy. 1:49 left to go in the third period. Shots are still 31-35 in favor of the Trojans. Mishkevich stopped 34 of those. I think the Trojans trying to get a quick change, but we're unable to. That one gonna hit off Mishkevich, or Yusufpour's skate, as Yusufpour coming down, getting the pass over to Volkov. Volkov not able to get the shot, and the bench really cheering for the senior to get a goal. I believe that would be his first goal of the season. That's gonna get down to Artunian. But Rudin's going to cover this one through. Volkov going to dump this one down and get changes. Yusufpour pressuring. Lim's going to play this one along the half wall. Back over to Artunian. He gets this one back up to Badalayan. Badalayan centers this one over to Goshit. Goshit going to take the shot and pops the water bottle. Beautiful shot there from, I believe that was Badalayan. Pops the water bottle. At 18:50 in the third, USC makes it a 4-goal game. It's 6-2. So don't call it a comeback just yet. Doan's going to recover this one back in the zone. 1 minute left to go here at the Isoplex in the finale of the 25-26 regular season. Larson tries to make a move, but going to be stoned by Kocherek in the neutral zone along the wall. Ort going to try and get something, but sticks surrounding him as he was unable to get a shot off. Still back in the corner, going to get through. Ort again looking for options, back down. Playing catch with it are the Trojans. Atancio going to try and come away with this one. Warwick going to lose this one. Shot going to go just high. Looking for the rebound was Kocherek. Gets this one back up to Pieslin. 25 left to go. The slap shot from Pieslin right into the glove of Mishkevich. 20.9 left to go here in the third period. Draw one by the Trojans. Tarani going to come away with this one and dump this one back to Atancio. Polsky still giving chase. 15 seconds left to go. Atancio gets this one today, and it's going to be another icing call, but Lim's going to come out and play it. Time expiring, and the CSUN Matadors will sweep the USC Trojans and defeat them 6-2 on senior night. Seth Mishkevich, the man of the hour, being surrounded by his teammates, and rightfully so. Mishkevich stopping 35 of 37. And being applauded by his teammates. And what a game from Mishkevich. Made so many crucial saves on the breakaway. And the backdoor cross crease, able to get a toe out and save that one too. Folks, don't go anywhere. Just because it's senior night and the game's over doesn't mean our production is over. We'll be back. We're going to take a quick step aside. We'll be back for the Matador post-game report here on the MSN YouTube channel. Welcome to the Matadors post-game brought to you by the Associated Students. Final score of this one, 6-2 in favor of the Cal State Northridge Matadors, defeating the University of Southern California Trojans. Final score 6-2, final shots on goal, 37-33. Trojans with 11 in the final frame, and the Matadors with 33 of, totaling 33, 13 in the final frame of play. On the special teams advantage, the Matadors finished 1 for 4, 25% on the power play. The on the flip side of that, the Trojans finished 75% on the penalty kill. The Matadors finished 80% on the penalty kill, meaning the Trojans finished 20% on the power play, 1 for 5. The power play goal from the Trojans comes from Badalayan, 4-12 into the first period, and that was off of the Gomez penalty, 2 minutes for roughing at 2:51. So time was just about to expire, and the Trojans were able to capitalize on the power play and score their first goal. That was a 2-1 game at that point. And then, well, we saw the final score. 6-2 was the score. And then one more goal after that, 8 minutes following that, was Roham Tarani off of the Yusufpour and Larson assists. This was right after Larson just got out of the box on his power play, on his penalty for, I believe it was roughing as well. Came out of the box, able to recover it along the half wall, chipped it all the way up for Yusufpour, who passed it right over to Tarani and just potted it on the empty net. And what a goal for him. The final goal that came, that was actually the game-winning goal, the third goal of the night. Roham Tarani, Mr. Syrup, as I like to call him, it has the game-winning goal for the CSUN Matadors. The freshman of the squad it wasn't able to join until October due to the 18-plus rule in the ACHA. It goes back to this whole thing of there's this thing called Play Safe, and it has to be all 17,000 USA Hockey participants must do a training and sign waivers, or you could just wait until you're 18 and then play college hockey. The ACHA decided to get rid of the headache and difficulties of the waivers, so they just said you cannot play until you're 18. And in Tarani's first game, he had a goal and an assist against UC Santa Barbara back on October 24th. So the kid has a bright future here in the black and red for the CSUN Matadors. So if you're a Matadors fan, that is someone that is the future. But let's talk about the present, the 3 seniors tonight: Kevin Volkov, Hayden Day, and Luke Gontus. So kind of the question is, Hayden Day graduated, will no longer be with the squad. Who's going to be the next captain? As the Matadors are looking to appoint one right now. So we don't know who the next one is going to be, but we will see what that happens. Jeremy Sherman, also a sophomore on this squad. He was wearing I don't believe he was wearing a letter, but he should be wearing a letter next semester, but do not quote me on that. Would love to see him with a letter. Out tonight with a torn ligament, lower body injury sustained in the LMU game, but he will be back for next season. And luckily it wasn't the worst that he thought. He thought it was an ACL tear. He thought it was Achilles, but it's just a slight ligament tear. Nothing too bad. Just got to heal it and stay off. The doctor said he should be out for about 4 weeks, so he will miss the rest of this season. Next week, the Matadors go on and take the WCHC playoffs at the Cube. We're still awaiting what their opponent is going to be. So if UCLA wins, they are no doubt playing LMU, I believe, unless the game from last night that got suspended counts as a forfeit loss for the Bruins. Because of that, if the Bruins lose last night's game, that means the Matadors will have to play NAU. And I was talking with a couple of players. They'd much rather play NAU as opposed to LMU. They have a better shot at beating NAU as opposed to LMU. Last time they played them, they lost 7-4 and 9-2 in the last 2 meetings of the game. Taking a look at tonight's 3 stars of the game voted on the media and Broadcast Association. Third star of the game is going to be Kyle Warwick from Cal State Northridge. 1 goal and 2 assists for him. The second star, number 32, Seth Miskevich, definitely deserves, stopping 35 of 37 shots on goal. And Miskevich had a very, very couple clutch breakaway saves, very good key moments here and there. Very good saves on the breakaway and the cross crease. One save down at the end where he was able to get a toe out on the cross crease and able to keep the game at where it was at that point. So he gets the second star and the first star. And if you could not have guessed this, then that is unfortunate. It is Kevin Yusufpour, 3 goals, 2 assists, finished his hat trick off in the second period. Only played one half of the game. That was all he needed. 27 minutes and 41 seconds was all he needed to pot 3 goals tonight. And he also gained 2 assists in that time. So no more scoring for him after the first 27 minutes of play. But he was able to make stuff happen. Luke Contus, the lone senior that recorded a tally tonight on the points. He was able just to shoot one on net. And it kind of just snuck through in between the wickets of Lim for the Trojans. So a lot of penalties. The game did definitely get a little bit physical. We thought it was going to get very physical, and it did. A lot of penalties, kind of not necessarily dirty hockey. It was clean hockey, just a lot of infractions that were being committed. And a couple of things that went uncalled. I'm not saying should have been called, but a couple of things that were maybe some questionable calls here and there, but the officiation did their job. They saw stuff we didn't see up here in the booth. And obviously, it's a lot different being down there on the ice. The one thing that kind of goes back to that is the Peter Larson breakaway. As Peter Larson sprung on a breakaway, Kerrigan took a slashing penalty, a very smart penalty that he took, actually, led to not being a goal. Had he not taken that penalty, Larson, usually very good on the breakaways, usually scores 8 times out of 10 on those. And so Kerrigan definitely saved a goal. We thought up here that he was sprung on a breakaway. Officials saw it a little bit differently. Arm went up for a 2-minute slashing penalty, not a penalty shot. So the Trojans got away with that one. Not got away with it, but they were able to salvage the penalty and kill it off as well, and as not capitalize on the man advantage. I want to give a quick shout out to Blake Anderson, head coach of the CSUN Matadors team, and GM Sean Kushner and Ireland McGuire, Dustin Norton, and Vladimir Martinez of Sports Clubs, as they allow us to come out to hockey, to the Isoplex here for CSUN Ice Hockey, and allow us to do all of this. And so this would not be possible without any of them. So I want to give a huge thank you to all of them. I want to give a huge thank you to CSUN and the associated students for letting us do this as well. And so for now, for the end of the 2025-2026 regular season, this is Jonas Tawney signing off. Jonas Tawney, Arabella Roman, Nadia Cole-Gutierrez, and Paige McGill. Can't forget all of the rest of our crew here. Signing off for one final time from the Matador Sports Network. Thank you for wherever you may be watching. All broadcast streaming on the Matador Sports Network YouTube may not be reused without the express written consent of the MSN. Final score here in this one, senior night, the Matadors take it 6-2. And one final time, saying so long, good night, be safe. Have a good one, everyone.